We Sure Did podcast. Since we just wrapped up the Booking to Disembarking series, we wanted to share a great conversation we just had with our cruising friends Tristan and Kyle. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Let's get right into the interview.
Hello, Tristan and Kyle. Hey, thanks for calling into the We Sure Did podcast. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. How about you?
Oh, we're doing great. You know, we all love talking this crazy thing that we love called cruising, right?
Crazy little thing called cruising.
Yep. Today we're going to cover the differences between Carnival Cruise Lines and Royal Caribbean. You know, we just finished our series with Booking to Disembarking. So there's certain topics that we'd like to touch on and see what you guys deal with on the other side of the fence.
On the dark side.
Other side of the water.
Oh, there you go.
Not fence,
Yeah.
water.
Well, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that's bad choice.
Other side of the dock. I don't know.
Oh, that ain't been
There
real
you go.
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
That's okay. That's why you got me.
There you go. Thanks. Okay. We always start these interviews off with a fun question that you have no idea what it is.
Oh.
And this is going to be to both of you, but we'll have Kyle answer it first. So, on your next cruise, if you could choose one song to play every time you walked into your stateroom, what song would it be?
And why?
And why?
Well, Tristan's probably going to blush, but our next cruise is just me and her. So I'd probably have to play something like Let's Get It On.
I knew you would say something like that.
Let's get it on.
That's cute. And baby number 4.
We'll edit that out. Tristan, what do you think?
A song that I would play every time I walked into our stateroom.
Yep.
I really don't know.
Is there one called No Way, Baby?
I got a head.
No.
I don't know. Time I go on a cruise, I am seeking out the fun songs to dance to.
Yeah, that's
so,
how I am.
Fireball by Pitbull might be my favorite.
Oh, there you
song.
go.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
go.
good vibe for vacation.
He's
Or
a-
like Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville.
I was about to say,
yeah. I like that
heavy
one.
Jim Buffett kick. When we're on vacation, she listens to all of the typical vacation songs.
There you go.
Like, hey,
Yeah,
get you in the
Pitbull,
mood.
Pitbull, and Buffet. That's all Miami. Key
That's
West
right.
based.
Oh, that's cute.
Nice.
Alrighty. So, how long have you each been cruising?
I've been cruising for 13 years.
Nice.
And I've been cruising for 12 years. So
Oh, she got you beat.
my first cruise was our honeymoon, and her first cruise was the year before our honeymoon.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Cruising is so popular right now, right? It has really come back after the pandemic. So that's cool that you guys been cruising that long. So, because most people haven't.
Did you guys go back to cruising right after COVID, or did you wait?
Yeah.
The
First ship out the port as soon as they said that we could cruise again.
Wow.
Did we ever cruise with the masks?
No, we did. We
I think it was right after they lifted the full mandates that we started going again.
Wow.
But yeah, we were itching. COVID was obviously a big bummer for a lot of reasons, but
yeah.
we were itching to get back on the
there
boats.
was no other vacation that compared to
Yeah.
going on a cruise.
Absolutely. We agree.
Oh yeah. I mean,
We spent a lot of money at Disney for those couple years and trying to fill the voids, but honestly, as soon as it was available, we jumped right back on the wagon.
oh, I know. It's like we were going crazy. I mean, we would sit there and we think to ourselves, like we had said even in our podcast before, should we get a camper? What are we going to do if cruising doesn't come back? We have to do something.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just sit here and stare at each other.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Just buy your own boat, start cruising
Yeah,
around the
there
lake.
you go. There you go.
Kind of not the same.
Yeah, it's not,
Not
but
Not at all.
not even close,
I
hon.
mean, it'll have a CD player. We'll play Pitbull.
Oh.
I got a grill on my boat. I can cook some food, so
Oh,
we'll make it work.
There you go.
all right, what's your favorite cruise line right now that you guys prefer?
Tristan has answers for this. I'll let her go first.
Well, Disney's always my favorite
Oh.
cruise line, but since they're not affordable for us anymore, Carnival's probably my favorite out of the Carnival and Royal Caribbean. I like Royal Caribbean, but I feel like it's a little bit more of a party on Carnival. Like, it's very easy to find the music, and I like to dance. So
There you go.
and it's still family friendly too, and it's a little bit more affordable as well. So they're my favorite.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
For me, I really enjoyed Royal Caribbean. I mean, I agree with her on the things with Carnival, and I still very much enjoy those, but I think Royal Caribbean was a step up. My first Royal Caribbean experience was on the Harmony of the Seas, and
Oh.
that ship kind of blew my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they still do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just an unreal experience for my first one.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'd say Royal, but it's not a leaps and bounds difference. I would go on either one gladly.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, that's right. And I think it's kind of what you get used to too, and your points are adding up too, and
Mhm.
just that's like with us though. We kind of just stumbled upon Royal, and that's kind of what we've stuck with. I mean, we've been on one princess, but you just kind of get used to what you like, and at that point you're like, ugh, I already have so many points with them. You
Yeah.
almost feel like, why should I bother?
Well, and you kind of learn the processes and like generally how things work. And so I felt like our first Royal trip, the first several days, we were still trying to get accustomed to the way they do things and where things were, where like most Carnival ships we can get on, and
Yeah.
we've been on so many that we just know exactly where to go. So
Yeah.
it felt like more of an adventure jumping on something new, which is fun too. But yeah, it's definitely different than what you're used to or what we were used to.
Oh, yeah, that would be like us getting on another. Yeah, it would be hard for us because we'd
Princess or
know
something.
so much about Royal. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
you just feel comfortable with what you get comfortable with.
We know
Yeah,
where to go.
You do. That's like anything.
Yeah, you do. So, Tristan, what's your favorite ship then? If Kyle's is Harmony of the Seas.
Mine is so far the Mardi Gras.
Huh.
We've done a lot of ships, but I feel like that's so cliche because it's like the newer ships, and of course they're the better of all of them. But
Right.
I definitely like the newer ships in general with Carnival. But I feel like it's a large ship, but it's very easy to kind of get your grounds when you get on the boat and kind of figure out where everything is. So it's like it's just the right size ship, I feel like.
Cool.
There's like enough to do to keep you busy for 7 days, but not so much to do that you're just like, crap, I didn't get to do this or I didn't get to do that. Feeling like you let something out or whatnot.
Yeah, we always do that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We always do that.
But and the Mardi Gras, I guess was designed by a totally different designer than their previous ships, and it has more of a Royal Caribbean feel to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see. It kind of has neighborhoods similar to Royal Caribbean, and it was cool to see that after being on the Harmony of the Seas, kind of like seeing where the industry was going with the new ships. It was really neat.
Yeah, those neighborhoods are phenomenal. And I did read that Carnival was starting to add the neighborhoods, but yeah, I didn't know that it was on the Mardi Gras. So that's a win-win for everybody. They're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That is their ship that has the neighborhoods, and then like the sister ships that go with that one, the Jubilee and the Celebration.
Okay.
The rest of them are not that way.
Yeah, it's just the new class, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I know Royal Caribbean, we have the app and everything. Do you guys do your check-in and like what are the features? Because I know like with Royal Caribbean, we're able to check in on our app, look at the daily activities, see our bill. We could text each other while we're on there. Like if Rick's up in the having a cigar and I want him to bring me, you know, dessert, you know.
Beck and call.
Yeah, I can just
What?
text
Very
him.
important things.
They're very similar apps because when we did the Harmony of the Seas, that was in 2019. So like a couple months later is when the cruise line shut down. So that was our last cruise before COVID. And I don't recall their app was not very
No,
good, or if they even had one. Maybe they did.
it's kind of been since COVID, since the app's taken off. But
So we did our first cruise post COVID was with Royal Caribbean too, and that was the first time we were able to like check in on the app, look at excursions, and
book dinner
reservations and book show times and stuff like that. But then with Carnival, I feel like it was the same way too. So the next cruise we did last April with Carnival was you did everything through the app, and honestly, they're kind of one and the same. I mean, you can do all the stuff on the Carnival app that you can do on the Royal Caribbean app too.
Yeah, same things that you were saying. You can message, you can create groups in there. If you're traveling with a party, our last cruise, like 14 people. So we had a group chat going in there, and it was cool because you could mark things on the agenda for the day, and you could see what your friends had marked or liked or what they were planning on doing if they shared agendas with you.
Oh, that's cool.
It was kind of a neat feature. And then you could look at your bill. You could buy the internet plans, and
You could kick each other off the internet plan.
yeah.
Jeez.
So a little hack we do, not a hack, but we will buy one internet plan, and obviously we need to communicate with the kids is the main reason we get it in the first place. But
Right.
if I wanted to use it, then we'll log out of one and log into the other phone and just kind of pass it back and forth.
One of us would be looking at it, and then all of a sudden your stuff's not working anymore. And they'll look at you still the internet? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Chris
cool.
would do that to me often. I was like checking on some scores for the games, and all of a sudden it's just spinning nonstop. And I look over at it on Instagram. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's good. Love it.
So yeah, I would say the apps are very comparable.
Which kind of really makes sense if you think about it with after the COVID issue, because they do, like I know on Royal Caribbean, they do make you do like the medical test.
The questions, the muster station.
The questions, especially for the COVID though.
Yeah.
Before, not so much now, but before it was, have you been around anybody that's got COVID? Have you, tested positive? Do you have a runny nose? Do you have a headache?
Yeah.
Which kind of does, I guess, roll into that because I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
If the app thing was before
And I
2019
think
or 20.
you guys said Royals does the same, but I really appreciated since COVID the way that they've changed how the muster stations work.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's like a little bit of a bummer, not a bummer, but it like hits pause on the fun for sure when you get on the ship and you're like in awe of everything, wandering around, all crammed into like a really small space
until everyone gets there.
and wait.
I know, and they'll call you out by name at the last 15 minutes. You're like, get your butt down here. We are not leaving unless Joe Schmo has come and
Someone's drunk already.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're-
yes.
They're being ridiculous, and
Yep.
it's like, can we please act like
Adults.
we know what we're doing
Yeah.
and just stand here so we can get through this. So yes, we do appreciate that too.
It's much quicker now
Yeah.
with just the
Mhm.
videos acknowledging it. So
Yeah,
Yep.
for
Oh,
sure.
that- a really good move.
Yep. It was a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
What about like gratuities? I know with Royal Caribbean, it's 18%, right? It's if you go down and get a cocktail, it's 18%. It's $18 a day for your tips.
Which it just went up.
From 16 to
Yeah.
18.
Carnival just went to, but I want to say that they're also about the same with
Yeah,
2%.
It is 18% on the drinks, like that. And then we've always prepaid all the gratuities ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure what the price is per day because we just end up bundling it all together at the beginning.
Okay.
But I think it is very close to the same.
Yeah, I would think across the board it's probably unless you get into the higher up end.
Yeah.
It's probably all the same.
When I did a research on an earlier episode, it was anywhere between $14.50 and $20 a day. But, there's 51 companies out there that have cruise lines.
Right.
So I figured it'd be right around there.
With Royal, I know we have drink packages. Obviously, they do too on Carnival. What are those like? Do they break them down?
We've never gotten the drink package, but we have considered it before.
We've never gotten the alcohol package.
Well, yeah, the alcohol package.
We've gotten
where you can get everything.
Right,
We've gotten
right.
like packages before, so they do break them down. Like there is just a soda package, and then there is
special
like specialty
coffees.
But I think that's all included in like if you're getting like the I guess
the premium package or whatever it's called.
Yeah, like the top of the line.
Right.
You can get like coffee and soda and alcohol, and then I think it breaks down to like 15 drinks a day, and then wine is included too. We've just never justify the cost because we
don't either. I mean, we get the coffee card. That's about the extent of it because we drink water all day and some coffee. If you want to have a latte in the afternoon or something. But as far as drinking that much, it's not worth it. To me. It's not. Now, if you want to,
I would feel like I would have to hit the quota to make it worth it.
Yeah,
pound 15 drinks a day, which doesn't sound like a great time.
No.
That's a lot of drinks.
I can't even drink that in 6 months.
We added up the cost. We've done it a few times because we've considered getting it. Mainly, we like to drink wine, like wine with dinner, or like have drinks at the pool. But even when we just add up the cost of buying the individual drinks,
I don't even think we spend like half of what one person would cost.
Us too.
That's how we are.
$3-4 a trip, maybe.
We have considered it. One time I was pregnant, so we kind of had a little bit of a loophole where I didn't have to have the drink package because on Carnival, and it may be this way with Royal Caribbean, if one person is going to have the drink package, everyone over the age of 21 has to have the drink package if they're in your room.
That's what they do with us too. Yeah.
So we have considered it in the past when there was a way to get around having to get 2 drink packages, but
we actually booked 2 rooms and put the boys in an adjoining room right beside us. But we had to put, obviously myself on paper in one room and Tristan in another room. And we had the option then to also just get 1 drink package because we were technically in 2 separate rooms.
Oh, that's nice.
It wasn't a cost saving.
Still didn't do it.
No.
I know. And do they allow you guys to take wine in your carry-on?
Yeah.
I think that they do. We've never done it before just because I'm scared I'll like bust the bottle in my bag or something. But I think you are allowed to carry on like 1 bottle of wine to
and a
like
12-pack of soda.
Right. Yeah, that's what we're allowed to have 1 bottle of wine each. And then waters or soda, whatever you take. But we always take it. We always take the wine because we like wine too. And if we're in the room and getting ready and stuff, I'd rather buy a nice bottle of wine for $20 and have it and drink it and rather
have
than,
it
have it where because you can walk around. We'll use a regular glass from like the bar. We bring it back to the room, wash it out, and reuse it. You just that's your cup. You just take it wherever you want.
Yeah, so elegant.
I know I am. Giving all my secrets
savvy.
away there, honey.
It's called savvy.
That's right.
Savage.
That's right. I don't see you complaining about it when the bill comes and I've already had my drinks from home.
Just don't put the straw in the bottle. You know what I'm saying?
One thing we've always ordered, every cruise that's come in handy, is we'll order a case of water to the room.
Yeah.
Just from the cruise line. It's a little, you paid a little bit of a premium, but not having to tote that through the port and deal with packing a case of water.
Yeah,
It's just nice to have.
Yep. Yeah.
Just some water bottles in the room.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Especially when you're pounding 15 drinks down.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was drinking 15 drinks a day, I would need to detox at the end of every night.
I wouldn't even be able to get up.
Yeah. Find me on the adult area.
Exactly. Oh, goodness.
Cool. All right, let's talk a little food action.
Yeah.
How are the specialty restaurants on Carnival?
It definitely depends on what ship you're on, because when we did the Mardi Gras last year, there were so many options. They had like the hibachi, and they had sushi, and they had the
Italian.
chipping,
Yeah.
and they had Italian. But then like we did the Sunshine in November, and I think there was like 2 specialty restaurants or 3.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
as far as comparing them to Royal Caribbean, it definitely depends on the ship. Now, when we were on the Mardi Gras, I felt like there were just unlimited options, but you have to be on a newer ship to really be able to enjoy the specialty dining with Carnival, I feel like.
That's kind of how it is with Royal too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the quality of food is slightly better at the specialty restaurants with Royal?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Carnival too.
Yes.
Not
absolutely.
that it wasn't good, but
Right.
like the steakhouses between the two, like we've been to the Chop House 55, I think is what Carnival calls their steakhouse or something like that.
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit 55.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we did the steakhouse experience on the Harmony of the Seas, and that was probably one of the best steaks I've had in my life.
Nice.
So
Same for the Japanese food, because we had like a little date night on the last night last year when we did Royal, and we ate at the hibachi place. I can't remember what they call it,
it was really good.
but
Oh.
that was probably the best hibachi I've ever had.
Oh, the Tempinaka or Zumi?
Yeah, that was it.
Yaki.
That was
I
it.
can't remember.
Yeah, one of those two. Yeah. See, yeah, I'd like to try that. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't do sushi.
Yeah, I don't really like sushi.
But the,
Oh, you know what? Sushi. It's like they do the rice and the steak and the shrimp, or like chicken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
like right in front of you, like a Japanese steakhouse.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I think that's what
Like
the
a
teppanyaki is.
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah. Yeah, but definitely I agree with you. The food on the specialty restaurants, it's just a touch higher.
Yeah, the whole
Food
experience.
quality.
The
Yeah.
whole experience.
Right.
It's a difference between cooking for 4,000 people and them like cooking for a table.
Right.
For
Right.
It's like
Very
the food in the restaurant or in the main dining is really good, but they just made like 3,000 of these little filet medallions.
Yeah.
But when you order, a specialty restaurant, you feel like they made that for you.
Yeah.
Right.
No, you're
Exactly.
right.
And that it is. It's the experience too. Yep, you
Yeah.
nailed that. Yeah.
Nice. What about the included food, like the buffet and all that stuff? How does that work for Carnival?
I feel like with them, that might be the only thing that I dislike about Carnival versus Royal Caribbean. And I think it's just because we've been on so many Carnival cruises, it's all the same.
Okay.
Like there's always a guy's burger, there's always a Blue Iguana Cantina. And then there's always the same stuff at like the walk-up bar, and then like a salad bar. They used to have, when we first started cruising, they used to have like one station would be like Asian food, and then one station would be like burgers, American food, and then one station would be like Italian food. But now it's not really like that anymore. It's like all the same. So we always steer clear of the buffet,
Oh, okay.
and head towards like burgers and
I think Carnival has, I believe that they have more options for free food.
yeah.
Because like examples she was giving, but there's like a burger bar, there's a place that you can eat Mexican food, or like and on the Mardi Gras there's like this whole appetizer street section that's set up like a bunch of street carts side by side,
Oh, cool.
and they
Yeah.
had different stuff every day, so you could, and it was near the pool, so you could walk through there and kind of grab little samplers throughout the
Yeah.
day of different stuff that they were making.
They had egg rolls every day with different stuff in them. Like one day it was like buffalo chicken. One
Oh,
day it was like
wow.
a regular egg roll. It was so good.
So they don't really have a windjammer. Like I know it's called windjammer on the Royal, but they don't really have that on Carnival.
Yeah,
They do, but it's honestly the food quality. The food quality is not that
It's not really
great.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
you can go in there and eat, and be just fine, but it's not anything super impressive. But all of the restaurants outside of that aren't in the specialty category are really good. Like they've got a barbecue option.
Pig and anchor.
With pig and anchor with like actual smoked barbecue.
Yeah. On the Mardi Gras, they actually have a chicken restaurant, and it's like Shaq's Big Chicken or something like that. And they have like chicken sandwiches and fries, like kind of like Bojangles, but way better.
And they have a brewery on the ships, on a lot of the newer ships, like a real brewery where they brew beer on the boat.
Oh, wow.
And so they have like pub food back there, and all that stuff's included. So I think you probably have more options in the free category
with Carnival
that I remember with
Is
Carnival.
that on all Carnival or just like the newer ships?
It's very ship dependent, yeah. So like the newer ships have a lot of those.
The newer
options.
ships have everything.
The older ships kind of all have the Guy's Burger. They kind of have the same anchor, like main anchors, like Guy's Burger Bar.
Right. Yeah.
The Blue Iguana.
The Cantina.
Cantina, that's it. Yeah.
And then like the Pig and Anchor is pretty popular. I feel like they've.
I love that name.
I know, it's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it seems with Royal too. Like the newer ships, like Icon and stuff, they have like what you're talking about, like display of like
a marketplace.
It seems like a market. Yeah, the street food of all different venues and but the older ships, they don't really have too many. I mean, they have a few, but
yeah, I think they seem to be much more limited by space because.
Even we noticed on the Sunshine in November, like they have almost all of the cruise ships have the bonsai sushi, but even like because they're smaller, they don't have as many options too. So like you may have like you may have had this kind of sushi roll on this cruise ship, but now you're on a smaller cruise ship and they do have the same restaurant, but they don't have as many options, so you can't get that like said sushi roll. So they're
I get that. Yeah, that's kind of the same feeling with Royal.
As far as like dining in the evenings, like the complimentary dining room experience,
fun.
I honestly on Carnival, I think it's a little more. They make it more of a fun experience. Like the wait staff dances and they do like little fun shows every night.
Slinger napkin over your head.
They'll conga line through the dining room with a bunch of people.
They'll get up on some of the tables and dance. Not your table eating on, but they have like some tables designated for them to get on and dance. It definitely more of,
that sounds like a party.
It is, yeah. But then they have like a couple elegant nights as well, where it's a little more really fancy, but they bring the fun real hard. Like on the ships, it's if you want to get away from it, there's an adults deck where it's quiet. But otherwise, if you're anywhere else on the ship, it's a 24/7 party.
But it is very friendly. Like we've never. Well, the boys have. Harrison's been on 2 Carnival Cruises, and Jackson and Beckham have been on 1. They've been on 2 Royal Caribbean, but I mean, it's very family friendly. So, I mean, I've never felt like, oh my gosh, I can't take my kids through here because they're doing this or whatever.
Let them act like wild animals. It's fine.
After talk, I wouldn't take them through anywhere.
We're all in.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, earlier, Tristan, you mentioned you have been on Disney, right?
Yes, we have done Disney Cruise.
How was the food on that?
Oh my! Everything about that cruise line is top of the line.
That one was unbelievable.
Yeah, like it.
It was like every meal was
everybody
a
out of the
specialty
water.
restaurant meal.
They did rotational dining, so you ate in a different restaurant every night, but your wait staff went with you.
Really?
One night was like Cinderella's. It wasn't Cinderella's royal table because that's in Disney World, but it was the same kind of theming. And then one night was like an animation cafe.
Oh, animator's palette. And when you walk in the dining room, everything is black and white. And as you're eating, the walls, the ceiling, everything around you starts filling in with color.
Oh my gosh.
It's unbelievable. That ship.
It's expensive, but I always tell everyone, if you can go on at least one, then it's worth it. It's worth the money. We took Harrison for his birthday, and he was 4. That was 6 years ago, and he about it.
Like you walk up to not even an exaggeration. You walk up to a picture on a Disney ship and it just looks like a normal picture of like Mickey Mouse or something, and it'll come to life and wave at you and then go back to being a picture.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh,
There's
my
just so many
gosh.
cool little detail things, and everywhere you look, they were washing that ship. It was the cleanest. If you ever see a Disney ship in
Yeah.
port,
Oh, yeah.
they are
always
spotless.
cleaning.
They're
Yeah.
beautiful.
Wow.
They're always cleaning, always painting it. And so it was definitely a top-notch experience. But we also paid over $4,000
for like a 3-night
for-
cruise.
for
Yeah.
4 days.
I mean, you get what you pay for. Really,
Right.
you
Yeah.
do. But, we need to try Disney.
But they have the roller coaster. That was long time ago. So that was before they had anything like that on cruise lines.
They have fireworks show one
Yeah,
night at
they do the
we
pirate.
go out on the top deck and they shoot fireworks and do like a pirates show. It's like pirates are invading. Like, it's a family friendly show, but like zip lining in from the top of the funnel and doing these
Oh,
sort of
wow.
fireworks.
I had no
It-
idea about that.
It is.
It's an experience.
It is definitely top notch.
Oh.
Yeah, I know we'll get into shows in a little bit, but their shows
Work.
crush
but not-
with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just jump into shows. I mean,
Yeah.
let's touch on
Yeah.
the Disney shows for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, Disney shows were like full musicals of different Disney.
And they got like the best actors and actresses
Yeah,
in the world. Maybe not the world.
production.
Production wise, like they know what they're doing. It
Yeah.
was very much Broadway style, I feel like.
Are all their shows like Disney themed, like movies?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
pretty well.
Not so much movies. They had some like original shows too, like the
Yeah.
cruise line, but they were also like The Lion King and stuff like that.
Oh,
that they,
wow.
We watched something about Tiana.
yeah. So
Magic.
they would do a different. And the thing with Disney too is their musicals were sold out every night. You know,
Yeah.
you can walk to a Carnival show whenever you want and walk right back out, but you had to make a reservation.
And it
the
would be-
shows were highly sought after.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which Royal Caribbean's right under them, honestly. Like we've watched some of their like ice shows. And then there's this one show, I don't know if y'all have ever watched the one, I can't remember what it's a funky name, but it's like only adults and it's after like it's at like 10 p.m. It's like a game show, but we watched
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it was hilarious. I don't know that I've ever laughed so hard.
Royal Caribbean definitely, it's high up there too. Like, I don't have any other thing to compare it to, but we had seen Mamma Mia on the
On
Allure. Wow, it was it was amazing. It was really good. And even Greece, when we were on Independence back to back, we seen that it was really good too.
Yeah, Greece was really good. I was impressed.
Their aqua show was ridiculous.
Yeah, the
Oh my
aqua
gosh.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
favorites.
Yeah.
It's next level. Yeah, we
Yeah.
seen that on the Allure of the Seas and Wonder of the
Wonder,
Seas, and
mhm.
it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you wonder how they.
Now- On the flip side, Carnival shows not the same.
Okay.
It's
They don't win in the show category.
they're
Now they do
honestly-
have
I'm not talking bad about them, but they're very like subpar production. A lot of times the sound's really tough. You don't have a live band in a lot of the shows. It's a lot more of a low budget thing that they do. Now they do a lot of like game shows and like get you involved kind of shows,
Mhm.
but those are fun, but their productions are not nearly the same quality as Royal and Disney.
Okay.
like we
They don't have like a
show.
Yeah.
We make sure to go to that one every single time because it's always so funny. And then on the newer ships, they actually have Family Feud,
Oh, fun.
and you can't even like it's like the real deal. Like you can't record or take pictures because of the copyright. Like they have the whole shebang. But yeah. And I felt like that was pretty funny when we went on the Mardi Gras, and I think they're actually starting to roll that out on more ships too. But as far as like, I guess, like the fancy shows where they sing and dance and stuff, it's kind of neat.
they're definitely less entertaining,
Yeah,
Okay, that's good to know.
but easier to get into. I mean, you can walk in and just check them out, and we've never one time had to make a reservation to a Carnival show or had trouble getting into one
Okay.
because it's not as popular.
Yeah,
Right.
that's good
Makes
to know.
sense. I mean, yeah. Wow.
More of an afterthought for them, I think.
Yeah. They're too busy partying with other things.
That's right.
why,
Yeah.
why bother a show?
If you're at a show, you can't be out partying.
Exactly. That's right.
I'm only at drink 13, man.
Yeah.
I'm behind.
I gotta have a couple more.
Let's touch on some private islands. Have you been to Carnival's and Disney's private island?
Yes, and we've been to Royals as well.
Coco Cay.
Went to Coco Cay, yeah. Now, Carnival's private island is a bit dated, and I know they're about to do a pretty significant investment into it, so
Yes.
it's probably not a fair comparison. It's a nice island. I mean, that's what it is. It's a quiet little getaway, and you can find a beach chair. The beaches are nice, couple little shops, but it's more of like just stopping at an island than it was an experience like it was with Royal and Disney.
Like, I'd be okay not getting off the ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's just nothing really to do. I mean,
Your food's included, and
Right.
they have a full buffet on the island, and you can go get lunch. And
there's some little shops.
there's some small kids areas. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't compare to either one of Royal or Disney.
Yeah.
Okay. I did read that, Carnival is getting the new island, and
Mhm.
it's actually even going to be bigger than Coco Cay.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it sounds like they're stepping up to the plate for sure.
Yeah. I feel like in comparison to Royal Caribbean, that might be the only place that Carnival really lacks other than the shows. But so I feel like once they get this new private island
Mhm.
up and running, they'll definitely be comparable in that category for sure.
That's probably what they're going for,
Yeah.
too. I mean, they know people like to cruise, but they know that, especially with kids, you got to get them off, let them run around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney had one thing that was really cool is you could get off the boat and check your kids into a childcare area
On their private island.
on the private island. And they had like a full
Oh.
big playground, little mini water
water
park, and they had staff there
And lifeguards.
and lifeguards. And so you
Hmm.
could let them go play and have fun and then like have some time to yourself on the island, which was really nice.
Their child care on the ship
Wow.
was pretty cool. I mean, Harrison was asking us together.
Yeah,
It was, they had the characters there.
they have an entire floor on the Disney ship that is just for that. And like they themed the ship we were on was the Disney Dream. And the whole floor was like Star Wars themed. And so the kids could like sit
Oh my
down in a Star Wars
gosh.
ship and drive the ships. And like it was just really cool. They had a Toy
Oh.
Story room for the little ones where made them look like they were toy sized, and there's all this giant stuff around for them to
Mhm.
play on. So it was
Huh.
pretty neat.
Sounds really cool.
We've only been to
Yeah.
Royals Island the one
Once,
time,
yeah.
and we did not do the water park. The island itself was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
It's fantastic. When they first bought that back in the mid '90s, Leslie and I were there on the, I don't know if it's the Sovereign of the Seas or Grandeur,
Grandeur.
of the Seas,
Mhm.
and it was just an island. The only thing to do there was to rent jet skis.
And we did.
So I mean, to what it is today, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like Six Flags in the middle of the Caribbean,
They had like a little kid water park. Not in the water park that you have to purchase a ticket for, but like there was like a little mini water park, and it was like water slides and like things you could climb on. And our kids literally, we parked it in a chair, and Jackson or the middle one, like he would go down the slide and you would see him run all the way back to the top and go back down, and then he'd run. Like he did that for probably 2 hours.
Nice.
So much fun.
Cute.
It was a very, very fun island. They had like strollers with the giant
Wheels.
wheels, like beach wheels on them
Oh,
that you
yeah.
could just grab if you wanted.
That is nice, especially after 2 hours of playing. They're going to be beat.
Yeah.
Makes for a great nap
Aw.
when you get back to the room.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah, right.
Because you do sleep good on a ship.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's the best.
Yeah, you
It
do.
really is the best sleep.
Yeah, you do. Oh,
All right, final thing here. Disembarking. Is it a pretty easy process getting off the Carnival ship?
I think it also depends on the port too, because in Charleston, like, they just wanted to make sure that we were who we said we were when we got off the ship, like physically got off the ship. But once we got on the little gangway down into the port,
Walk straight.
they did not even care who
Yeah.
we were or nothing.
They didn't even stop. There was no custom. Like,
Yeah,
we
there
walked
was no
from
customs
the
either.
ship to the car.
Literally straight out the
Wow.
door.
Now, when we did the Mardi Gras in Port Canaveral, it was probably one of the worst disembarking experiences we've ever had, because they split into passport lines and birth certificate lines
birth certificate.
At the
Yep.
end.
Yep.
And we
Mhm.
have birth certificates. We just need to get on board with getting our passports. But, we've just
Yes.
traveled with our birth certificates, and we waited
Probably an hour and a half.
at least
and-
an hour and a half or 2 hours.
I don't know if someone that day, but there was like 2 people looking at birth certificates, and then like there was like 7 people looking at passports.
Yeah.
So they just did not have enough people for the amount of people getting off of that. And then you had to go through everything else. But we don't ever leave our luggage out for them to take the night before. Like, we keep our luggage and just out the door 7 a.m.
Yeah, that's what we do usually.
They make it easy too. They do disembark by zones, but they also don't care.
Yeah.
So if you want, like, if you're trying to catch an early flight or you're just ready to get off for some reason,
Yeah.
you can just grab your bags and get off.
Walk out, walk off the ship.
They do it by zones to try to control the madness, but
Yeah, that's what Royal does
it's
too.
pretty easy.
We have before done where you leave your luggage out and, you go eat breakfast and then you wait till they call your zone and then you go pick up your luggage.
Yeah, the sea of luggage.
I can't remember if that was the time that we let them take our luggage. I don't think it was. I can't remember, but they asked us if we had any shells or anything in our bag, and
Oh.
Kyle had bought one of those like conch shells in one of the islands, and he was like, "Yeah, they made unzip our bags."
Yeah.
It was a mess. They pulled us to the side, and it took ever.
I say less now.
Yeah, exactly. Just that.
You buy anything?
We didn't.
No.
No.
And then one time we had a friend that bought like a necklace or like a ring.
Oh no, he bought a watch.
Yeah.
My buddy bought like a $1,500 watch,
We didn't
and
have to pay taxes on it, because we were in the tax
Yeah.
and duty.
Right.
but
right.
when they found out at customs that he bought that, it was this big
He
deal.
didn't claim it.
Yeah.
I'm sure y'all did, but you don't have to. You don't have the little paper you have to fill out now, where you have to claim everything that you bought. This
Right.
was when you had to write all those things down. So I guess he scanned his card. They knew that he had bought that watch and he didn't claim. So they like took him and put him in this room,
Mm.
and we waited like
Oh.
45 minutes to an hour for him outside the port, and he was like, "I thought I was going to jail." He was like, they were like, "Do you have anything you want to tell us?" And he was like, "I don't think so."
Not that I know of. What did they put in my luggage?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so funny. You just never know. You gotta. I guess you just gotta be honest and say
Yeah,
what
you
you
bet.
buy.
Oh,
Yeah.
The joys of cruising.
Oh.
There's stories that come out of every cruise. There really is.
and
Oh,
I
yeah.
get why they do it. So it doesn't bother me. I know that people try to bring things back they shouldn't bring back, but
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes it can definitely delay getting through the process.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Any other big differences that you want to touch on before we wrap this up?
No, I think one thing we talked about a little bit was ports. We haven't had as much experience with Royal Caribbean. I do remember the actual like port in Port Canaveral was really nice and like themed,
Yes.
and it was clearly specifically built for Royal Caribbean. It does feel like more of the Carnival ports are like rented spaces with pop-up signs kind of thing.
Yeah.
They'll like, it's not like Royal Caribbean on the walls and like built in and
What
like,
was the Mardi Gras?
yeah, the Mardi Gras was,
They had
but
their own little terminal.
a lot of them are like the pull-up trade show kind of stands, like go here, go here.
Traveling circus.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it feels like for. But it's still, I mean, Port Canaveral is probably our favorite port.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. It's real nice.
Yeah. Easy to get in and out of there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we'll be there in 7 days.
Be there in November. We'll be in Miami at the end of the month.
Oh, Miami, yeah.
All right, cool. Good deal. Maybe we could talk again after that one.
Yeah.
You could give us a little ship review.
We haven't been kid-free on a ship.
Since last April, 1 year, baby.
This is our first time going by ourselves in a long time. Yeah.
Aw, that's nice.
Nice.
Great. I hope you guys have a great
Thanks.
time.
Hey,
Aw.
Well, good deal. Yeah,
That's
we
nice.
really appreciate you guys taking some time just to kind of be on the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
for having
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah, it's
it's fun.
an exciting thing getting
Yeah.
out there. And we always say that we need some vitamin C, you know,
Yeah.
SEA.
that's right.
You got that right.
So good deal. So, yep, thank you again. And we'll be talking soon, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wow, what a great conversation that was with them. We appreciate Kyle and Tristan so much for taking the time out of their day so that they could share some differences of the other cruise lines. Like we always say, every cruise line offers different experiences, so make sure you choose yours and get out on the open sea. Thanks for listening. Catch you guys next time.